Alright, today I'm going to talk to you about studying similar figures. I gave you the answers to 4 and 5, and if you don't see them, they're on the pictures beneath this video. Let's go to 6. Alright, so we have two quadrilaterals below that are similar. Find the lengths of sides x, y, and z. So for the first part, let's just find x, okay? So we're trying to find side x, alright? So what I want to do first is I want to go ahead and set up my proportion for x. So what corresponds with side x? And I know it's 5. Okay? And then what corresponds, is there another set of numbers that I can take from? And I know here that I only have one number here because I have a letter and a letter, so I have to use this one here. Alright, so I'm going to use this side and I'm going to use this side here. Okay? Now, knowing what I know about these two and about what I've been learning in class, I have to label each figure. This is figure 1, figure 2. So let's go ahead and set up our proportion here to find the value of x. So I'm going to set this up. So I'm going to do figure 1 here, figure 2. Okay. The sides that I highlighted were it looks like the left side and the base. So I'm going to write base and I'm going to write left side. And if I write left side here, I always have to write it next to it because they have to be next to each other. Then I write base here. Okay? So let's talk about left side over base. So left side is 10, and the base of 1 is x. And then I have the left side of figure 2, which is 4, and the base of figure 2, which is 5. Okay. So now I've set up my proportion. Okay? I'm going in this direction towards my box. This is my box right here. Going towards my box. Okay, I gotta figure out my scale factor, what I'm multiplying by. So all I gotta do is label the top and the bottom of my arrow. So this is the top, this is the bottom. Okay, and I'm gonna go ahead and set up my fraction. The top is pointing to 10, so I'm gonna put 10 on top. The bottom is pointing to 4. Okay, there we go. There's my scale factor. So let's just keep it like that. So I'm gonna say times 10 over 4. And then if I do that on the top, I have to do it on the bottom. So times 10 over 4. So what are the two numbers that I'm going to multiply together? I know it's going to be 5 times 10 over 4. So let's go ahead and set that up. We have 10 over 4 times 5. And in order to change this to a fraction, I always have to put 1 underneath. Okay? So now I have to do 10 times 5, which is 50, divided by 4. Okay? So 50 over 4. So now we have to divide. So I'm going to take this right here, I'm going to pull it over here, say 50 divided by 4. So $50 divided by 4 friends, how much does each friend get? So 4 goes into 5 one time, okay, and then I have 10 remaining, and 4 can go into 10 two times, so that'll give me 8, okay, and then I have 2 and 0. And because of the fact that I pulled a 0 out of thin air, I didn't have it there, I have to make sure that I put a decimal point before I add my 5 in. Okay? Alright, so my answer is going to be 12.5. So right here I'm going to write 12.5 for x value. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and plug this in, 12.5. Alright? Now, I want to go ahead and find my y value. Okay, so let's go ahead and make another proportion. I'm going to move everything over. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about y. Alright, so we want to find y. So I'm going to circle it this time. So we have y, and what corresponds with side y? 8. Okay, and then I can go ahead and either pick these two to go with it, or I can pick these two again. And because of the fact that I have a decimal here, I try to avoid it. So try to avoid it if you can. So let's go ahead and use the top and the left side. So let's go ahead and write our proportion. Top, left side. So we have figure 1 again, figure 2. So we have top, left side, okay? So tell me about the top of figure 1. Top of figure 1 says 8, and the left side says 10. And the top of 2 says y, and the left side says 4. Okay. So now we got to do what we did already. Let's go ahead and point our arrow towards our box, okay, because we're going in that direction. Now, I'm going to make my fraction out of the top over bottom. so it's going to be 4 over 10, okay? So I'm multiplying times 4 over 10. So at the top I have to multiply by 4 over 10. So let's do it. We have 8 times 4 over 10. So let's go ahead. 8 over 1 times 4 over 10, which gives me 32 over 10, okay? So we're going to go ahead and divide. Let's go ahead and divide. We have 32 divided by 10. And 10 cannot go into 3, but 10 can go into 32 3 times. 10 times 3 is 30. I have a 2 remaining, and it can't go into 2. I have a decimal point right here. But we have to remember that when we subtract this, we also bring down a 0. Okay? So my answer is going to be 10 times 2 gives me 20. So your answer should be 3.2. Okay? So when I multiply this out, my y value now became 3.2. So down here, you need to put 3.2. Okay, last one. Let's do z. Okay? On z, we're doing the shape. Okay? I'm going to change colors. And since you're at home, you could change colors too. So I'm going to go ahead and do green for z. And that corresponds with 15. Those are corresponding sides. Okay? So let's go ahead and set that up. So I went ahead and found all my numbers already, and I know that y's value is 3.2. I forgot to put that one in, but I can go ahead and find z, and I'm going to use the left side again, okay, because those are nice numbers. So let's go ahead and set up our proportion. Alright, so we have side z, right, and it corresponds with side the length of 15. These correspond together. That's what I'm trying to say. Alright, so let's go ahead and set this one up. So we have figure 1, figure 2 again, okay? And then we have, we're going to use the left side again. So left side and right side, okay? So for figure 1, the right side is 15, and the left side is 10. The figure 2, the right side is z, and the left side is 4. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and draw our arrow again towards z. Draw our arrow, okay? And this is the top of the arrow, this is the bottom. So when I make my fraction, it's going to be 4 over 10. So I'm multiplying times 4 over 10 again, okay? And then I know my answer is going to be 15 times 4 over 10. So now we're just going to multiply, all right? So 15 times 4 gives me 15, 30, so that's 2, and 30 plus 30 gives me 60. So you should have 60 over 10, okay? And how many 10s can go into 60? That's when I know my answer is 6, okay? So that means z's value is 6. Alright, I hope I helped you out, and you have the rest that is due tomorrow.